Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome again to yet another episode of the Ramadan series of the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. So today's episode we are going to be talking. So we know we've talked about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam growing up until he was 40 when he received the message from Allah through Angel Jibril, and how he got Khadija, how Khadija became the first Muslimah, and a few other people accepted Islam through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, in day 7, in this episode 7 of the Ramadan series, we are going to talk about other people accepting Islam. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now going outside of his family and actually spreading the message to other people within the community. However, this was a tough thing to do for the Prophet because in Mecca they were just used to worshiping idols, and so for anyone to come to them and say, oh, by the way, you have to stop worshiping idols, you need to stop worshiping Allah alone, he is your creator, that was foreign to them, and that wasn't something they were going to take lightly. And so the Prophet started slowly, he started talking to a few people, and the message started spreading. It started spreading, but it was still a secret. So people would just tell one another. They come to the Prophet's house, probably Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's house, probably at night, and they would take the shahada. They promise not to worship any more idols, and they would worship only Allah. They would be good. They would stop drinking alcohol. They would stop doing bad things. They would only do good things. And when they went out, they weren't publicizing the fact that they were Muslims. And at first, they didn't even recognize each other when they were outside. No one knew who was a Muslim and who was an idol worshiper. But with time, they started seeing the difference. The people who were now Muslims, their behavior, they were behaving well. They were not doing bad things. They were living exemplary life, looking at the way the Prophet was living his life as well. You remember we told you he was always honest, he was always trustworthy, he was always compassionate, he was kind, he was patient. And so people that became Muslims, that accepted the message from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, were also showing these qualities and these characters. And so they knew themselves by their behavior, by their character, and by their attitude. And so, but remember, this was still a secret because the Prophet knew that if he went to public with this, that he was going to get a lot of resistance, and he was just waiting for the right time that Allah would tell him to make it public. So that brings us to the end of episode 7 of the Ramadan series, and today's episode we talked about the beginning of the spread of the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inshallah, the next episode we will talk about how it started spreading publicly. So stay tuned for that, and inshallah I will see you tomorrow for day 8 of the Ramadan series, the story of Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.